This crude woodcut is titled Massacre of Whites by Blacks and Indians. It shows African Americans in plantation dress and Indians in native costumes. Kathleen Hulser explains its significance.
Here you see graphically represented what was going on in Florida. Notice that the African Americans in the woodcut are wearing American dress, and they seem to be equipped with something like plantation-type weapons, maybe a cutlass or a machete. The Indians, on the other hand, are wearing Seminole dress, and they have tomahawks. The Indians who lived in Florida were called the Seminoles, and they welcomed many of the African Americans who were running south to escape slavery. The African American freedom seekers found allies in the Indians who were often fighting the U.S. Army. In fact, there were so many African American slaves who slipped over the border to join the Seminoles that they became known as a band called the Black Seminoles. Looked at an image of a man dressed in Indian costume. He was an example of a Black Seminole. His name is Chief John Horse, and he fought the Americans in several wars as a Seminole. He was also an escaped slave. See how he has adopted the Seminole dress of garters, Indian shirt, and wrapped turban with a beautiful swamp bird feather in it.
You'll see a large map of Florida. Find the border between Florida and Georgia.
If you were an escaping slave, you could very easily lose yourself in a place like the giant Okefenokee Swamp and join in with bands of Indians who knew their way around the area in dugout canoes. The U.S. Army repeatedly tried to subdue the Seminoles in this area, but most of the time they couldn't even find them to fight.